Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. So first things first, rotation, orientation, and word order. So this is a fancy little mark here that tells you where the bottom of the word circle is and which direction counterclockwise is. So I have put it at our first word and at the bottom of it. Now this is actually at the side, I understand, but I know that this is supposed to be a spine tattoo, so I figured you'd want it oriented like this or like this. And either way works, but here is with it oriented with that at the bottom of our word, so you know that each word is going to start with this bottom letter, or the letter on this side of it. So if I were to have it like this, I would not need that mark to tell you where to start reading, but because it is going to be spun, you need that mark to know where the bottom is. So I'm going to go ahead and orient it at the bottom so you can read it like a normal Time Lord, which I guess doesn't make much sense because whatever. Anyway, here we have our start marker. So that is where we start. And our first letter at the bottom of this word is a completed circle. So that means it's one of these two stems, and because it's inside our word circle, that means it's this stem, not this stem. So that means our letter's somewhere in this row. And there is one line attached to it, so that one line on this stem makes it an N. So one line here, so that would be an N. And then inside our N, we have a little guy. And these little guys, they're all vowels. Vowels are smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of the consonant stems. So any letter in the same row can be stacked, and this is a vowel, and consonants are read before vowels. So that's why it's the N before the E. Then we have this shallow divot, so we're in this row, and it's also got one line, so that line makes it a V. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle. There's no consonant. Well, I could have put it inside the V, but that V was already kind of busy with a line there. And then our R has 1, 2, 3 dots on it. So that would be never. And this line here is just the line coming off of the N. So this is just the N line. Doesn't do anything or make anything weird or whatever. And our next word is this one. So bottom is here. Here's our first letter. And 1, 2, 3 dots definitely go with this. And this fourth dot is still closer to this letter than anything else, so it has to go with it too, because it's got to go somewhere. So we have a total of 4 dots on this circle inside the word circle, making it a C. And then we have this shallow divot. And at first glance, it looks like this could be a T because there's no dots or lines on it, but there's 1, 2, 3 dots hanging out in the middle of nowhere here. And these 3 dots are closest to this letter stem. In fact, they're basically touching it. They're just kind of trailing off around this word, so it looks like they might be part of this word, but there's absolutely no letters in this quadrant of this word, so they have to go somewhere, and that R stem makes a lot of sense. So we're here. We got 3 dots on this R, just like these 3 dots here. And then we have this vowel, and it has a line going outwards. So if a vowel's got a line going out, that makes it a U. And I split them up into 3 just to make it look more three-dimensional and spirally and spacey. I don't know. I really liked how the 3 looked. It looked super cool. You could just do the one line. Just have that middle line if you wanted just one line on the design. But I really like the 3 lines with the thicker and thinner ones, and I think it looks super cool. Plus, I really show off my spatial awareness and ability to manage intersections and cool line things with the swirl managing with the. It's nice. I really, really like it. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle here. So just like that E. And then this L has 1, 2, 3 dots. So that would be an L, and our total word is C-R-U-E-L. So cruel. And then we have this word. We start with our little vowel here, and that would be an O inside our word circle. And then we have this shallow divot, and just like this one, it's a sneaky R because these 1, 2, 3 dots are closer to this letter than anything else. And these 2 dots go on the Y, because Y's got 2 dots on it. So this is an O-R, so the word is or. And this Y is on the line of this. So if I'm looking at my word circle here, it's on the line of the word circle, so it's in this row, and because it's literally on the line of this word circle, it of course goes to this word, and it's not part of this word. Oh, and this line passing through a bunch of things, it doesn't count unless it ends somewhere, so it counts here where it ends, and it counts here where it ends, because lines count where they end on a letter stem. So our last word here, bottom here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on this C, just like this C, and then we have a little O, like a bead on a string, and then we have this letter stack, which I'm actually going to type out to show you how things get weird with stacking letters. So we have 3 letters, we have 2 consonants, these 2 consonants, and this vowel. And we're going to have to use all of our letter stacking rules because this vowel has a slash through it. So things get weird. So everything is going to be in this row. And the first thing we need to do is figure out what letters we're working with. We have a shallow divot with 2 lines, so that would be a W. We have a shallow divot with 3 dots, so that would be an R. And then we have this vowel, which is outside of our word circle like this, so that would be an A. And right now, the order of these guys does not matter whatsoever because we haven't done any of our letter stacking rules. We just know that they're letters in the same stem, so they can be stacked. So consonants are read before vowels. So we're going to go ahead and put our consonants together in front of our vowel. So we have an R and a W. It doesn't matter what order, but the R and W are before the A because the A is a vowel. Okay, and then you read thin to thick. So that's about the thickness of the line here. So we have these two that are still ambiguous. So our thin one with the 2 lines, that one's a W. So the W is going to be before the R. So now we're at WRA. Neat. And nothing has the same thickness. So, like, I mean, I guess these two have the same thickness, but this is clearly a vowel. So it can't be the same letter as the W. But, like, if you had 2 R's, you wouldn't need 6 dots. You'd just need 2 stems with the same thickness. So, yeah. Anyway, we have WRA. But then our last rule, each slash through a vowel moves it up 1 letter in the stack. So here we have our A, and it's got 1 slash through it, just 1 line. So that would be a WAR, which is good because that's the order of the letters in Cowardly, because we have the CO, now we have the WAR, and then we have this deep divot with 1, 2 dots for sure, and this 3rd dot because it's closer here than anywhere else. So that would be a D, and then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on this L, and then 2 dots on this Y. And I'm super pleased with how the dots all swirl and look amazing and stuff. So yep, because we have our rotation marker, you are welcome to adjust, orient, like you could even, come here, you could even do something like grab it, you could even like flip it if you wanted, because we still have our start marker here, and instead of so we follow where the dot goes, so it's like a little eyeball looking this direction, so we would see it NEVER, and then we're going to do the same thing on all the other words because this is the bottom and this is our orientation for counterclockwise. So bottom here, C, then we have the RUEL, okay, and then we have OR, and then we have COWARDLY. So you can read it flipped, bottom counterclock. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to it. Any sort of transformation. And it is all perfectly legible. So yeah. Ooh, I kind of like that orientation. That orientation is nice. Bottom is here. Well, start is here. And we go this way. Yeah, no, I really like this. This is cool. I think you made the right choice. This design is awesome. Yep, bye.